Check two, check two, check two. John G. and Rich in the studio. Selena Gomez. That is Selena Gomez. That was her song. New song. We're playing it, and she's right here.
You know, it's kind of cool, too, to have somebody in the studio that we want to meet, and we really like your song.
Thank you.
A lot of times they put out the songs, and you don't know what to think about it, but that's a great song.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So that's got to feel good that you don't have to go out and promote stuff that you don't get behind, right?
Yes, exactly.
And your band is the scene.
Yes.
That's kind of fun.
Thank you.
And when you're doing your show, at what point do you decide I need to have an album, or do they come to you and say you could have an album?
No, I grew up doing both. I was an only child, so I pretty much had to entertain myself, and so I loved performing and acting and singing, and I think acting just took off for me first, and I think Disney Channel knew that I always wanted to do music. It was just all about timing and when I was ready and when I thought I could, give it to my fans.
Are you not an only child anymore?
No, I'm an only child.
Oh, well, you said I was an only child, and I figured maybe your parents had more kids in there.
Hint, hint, Mom.
You want a brother or sister?
Yeah, I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, you'd be a good big sis, I think.
I think so. I love my fans, and my fans are like my little sisters and brothers. They're like the little ones that watch our show.
Is your mom, is she single?
No. She's been married for like 7 years now.
Oh, but you don't like the guy?
Love him.
What? What are you trying to start,
where did that come
Joe?
from?
Well, you said, I thought you were talking about you wanted to have a brother or sister.
Yeah, and I've been trying.
They haven't busted out yet. I figured she was single, and if you didn't let it, there was a reason. Sorry, my mind jumped 100 different ways. Who do you hate, Selena Gomez?
I don't hate anyone.
But did you get your start from Barney? Is that where we would have
That's
seen you
right.
probably first?
Yes, I danced with the big purple dinosaur.
Yeah, your face, even though you've grown into a mature person, you still kind of resemble that girl on Barney a little bit.
I get that a lot, actually. I don't think that... my mom just says that I still look exactly the same, just taller. And I'm like, I hope that's a good thing.
Did you see that guy on American Idol? That was part of Barney?
The girl?
Was it? The girl.
the girl.
Did you know her?
No, I didn't. She was a different generation of Barney, but everybody kept calling me about it, going, do you know her? Do you know her? I'm like, no, I don't even know who she is.
That taped near your house, right? That Lyric Studios was right by where you grew up.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it was like 20 minutes away from my house.
So all you wanted to do was singing and acting. So when was the point where you jump off and you decide, let's go for Disney after Barney?
Well, I started at Barney when I was about 7, and there's not much work in Texas, so I did a lot of commercials and a lot of things, and we could never actually afford to go to L.A., so we sent in a lot of tapes. We'd do an audition on tape and send it out. And Disney Channel had a nationwide casting search when I was about 12, and they found me, and they flew me out for the first time, and I auditioned for them, and I've worked with them ever since. So.
Well, how old are you now?
I'm about to be 18.
Wow.
Isn't there something about her, too? Everybody that Disney brings through, and this is a compliment to you, you can just tell that they've got that it thing going on. Yeah. You can immediately see why Disney picks you to put behind a vehicle.
Disney's on fire right now, man. Everything, because let me tell you, before, so you got, before, like the Miley and the Jonas Brothers, I mean, they were bringing around this guy, Leon. Remember that guy? No one ever heard of him.
Leon.
You remember that? Yeah. Where's Scotty Fink? Leroy. Yeah.
That obviously didn't work out too well.
No, it was like in 2001.
I totally remember that.
Hollywood Records was like, we got nobody. They brought in this guy who was like 7'5", and his name was Leroy. And he's like, trust me, you guys are going to love Leroy. We're like, Leroy.
Someday the world will be talking about the moment you brought Leroy on the show.
You guys had Leroy in. I dropped to my knees and I wept. That's how that's, Scotty, that guy, cute little guy, Scotty over there. Yeah, that's how he talks. He always so dramatic.
I know.
Like when you walked in right now, he walked in. Did you hear what he said when Selena Gomez walked in? He walked in, he goes, Selena, you're home. This is your home.
He looked at me. He's so intense. We've just been picking on him this entire tour.
He's like a dramatic Phil Collins. He kind of looks like Phil Collins, but he's got this pathos in everything he says, and everything's very weighted. In other words, instead of saying, here's your next radio interview, he'll say to you something like, when I prayed this morning for a good interview, the skies opened and they brought me here to your doorstep. This is where the world begins. Everything that comes out of your mouth will be worshipped by millions.
I thought I was the actress, so I'm just...
I love that.
Hey, so when you hear those things on the radio and the newspaper that say, hey, nationwide casting, that was one of those things that you answered and you sent in for Disney. It was like that?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Wow, see, I never knew those were totally legit, And so you sent that in, and now you are living your dream.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for anyone? Because we have a bunch of people in the green room over there that are here to meet you, and I'm sure a lot of them want to be, or people listening want to be the next you. What advice do you have for any moms and dads listening or any kids that are listening that want to break into the business?
For the parents, honestly, it's just about supporting. And there's so many sacrifices that my mom and my stepdad have had to make for me. And I never take it for granted. I mean, it's a lot, but I mean, parents will do anything for the kids that they love. And as far as kids, I always make sure that they're passionate about it, because I've had like so many situations where people are just so mean. And I mean, when I was 11, I had a casting director tell me I wasn't strong enough. I would never have my own show. And I was 11. How do you tell an 11-year-old?
Do you know who that is? Do you ever call them? Like, wouldn't that be great to call?
I do, but I don't call them. I know who it is. But
can we call them?
No.
Let's track them down.
Yeah, you could be like, "What's up now, man?"
No, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't let that stop me. I loved what I did too much.
Because when Rich and I first teamed up, we were going to try to do mornings on Kissin' in Los Angeles. And we were told, you'll never, ever do mornings at Kiss Los Angeles. And to this day, they're totally right.
Well, maybe we could keep trying.
Now more than ever, I think. You grew up in Texas. Kelly Clarkson's from Texas.
Yes.
And she was probably hitting it the first season of American Idol when you were, what, 11 or 12?
Yeah, I was watching.
So isn't there some kind of vocal thing that you do that she does when you're warming up for a show now?
The funny thing is she actually chugs like a little shot of olive oil before she goes on stage. I read in something, and so now I do that.
So that's your thing now?
Yep.
Isn't that gross? That sounds
disgusting.
Did you research
it's
it?
Disgusting.
You didn't check with a doctor to see if that's a good idea? You just heard Kelly Clarkson does it, so now you do it?
Yeah. Why not?
It's pretty cool.
Selena Gomez in the studio. You know, you talk about being an only child. What's it like now that you're famous and you know, I mean, the name Selena Gomez, it's becoming a household name. What was the last fight or argument you got into with your mom? Like, I'm trying to get the impression of being a celebrity person traveling with her mom. What do you guys fight about?
That's interesting. You know, me and my mom never really fight, but we have like one big blowout a year. So it's like we never fight throughout the year. Everything's fine. And I want to say that the last blowout was just probably because this business is very stressful for me sometimes. And so I get really frustrated and I start believing people who aren't being really nice to me on the internet. And I think we got into a fight there because my mom's like, you never used to read that stuff and stop being that way. And
is it tough not to read? I mean, because you've probably got laptops and Blackberries.
Yeah.
And John G and I were just talking about this morning. I got led to some link that was slamming the show. And as long as we've been doing this, those things still really bug me.
Of course.
Because you want people to like you, right?
Absolutely.
And then you think, well, what are we doing that people hate us? We're just having fun.
He got all bent out of shape because he found this link of somebody that said we suck. And I said, dude, that's nothing. I found stuff that's way worse than that. And he's like, no, don't tell me that.
But I don't know where that is still to this day, even though.
Let me show you.
It's easy. No. What I was going to say is still to this day, I get it. I get that those people don't matter and they're jealous or whatever. But how do you, at almost 18, how do you get strong enough to go, that doesn't matter? Even though it's easy for people to say, how do you internalize that and make it not matter to you?
Honestly, it's my fans. They're the ones that get me through it. You know, when I hear bad things or read bad comments or videos or whatever's out there, it's like my fans. They're the ones who get me through that because they always come up to me saying that I'm an inspiration to them and my show makes them laugh and my music empowers them and that makes me feel really good. But I'm like, you don't understand. You help me more because you help me get up every day and make decisions like, okay, I want to make my fans proud today. And that's what I do.
But what'd you read that bummed you out?
What did I read?
Yeah.
It's really the sensitive subject for me would be my family. Like you can totally make fun of my music or, acting or my show, whatever. But it's when it comes to my family, when it's personal things and my friends, I can't do
Those are cheap shots.
So someone took a shot like at your mom, dad, uncles, aunts, grandparents?
Yeah.
Really?
More than your talent. That bothers you more.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm doing.
When's the last time you were punished or grounded?
Oh, man. I want to say that was when we were shooting. I don't know, but I don't ever get grounded. I'm just not allowed to go hang out with my friends. So I guess that is grounded because I have to stay at home. But
Like what friend? What friend would your mom say? You are not hanging out with them tonight.
I only have like 5 friends. So.
That's all you need.
And they're like always everywhere else but LA. So
what'd you do to get in trouble?
I don't remember. I really don't. I try my best to not be rebellious. I mean, there's nothing that I don't know. There's nothing that I would want to disobey doing.
Yeah, I'm just wondering about that because you have a different life. You are Selena Gomez. It's not like your mom can say, hey, guess what? you didn't clean your room, so you can't go shoot a video for your new song. It's sort of a different sort of parenting your mom probably has to do for you.
Well, yes. I don't think anything changes, though. My mom definitely treats me like the same Texas girl that I am, and she said the moment that I change, she's just going to drag me back to Texas.
Who are your idols?
My idols, well, actually would have to be my mom. My mom's